Spirit, and he goes for the minus armor orb. I can't remember what it's called, corrupted orb or whatever, right? He gets that, it is his starting build. But think about what they're matched up against. It's Phoenix Necrophos. They're really not going to be right-clicking these two ranged heroes with a short-ranged hero in Vengeful Spirit and a melee hero in Ogre. And then the other thing is it's also it's a Necrophos, so he's Ghost Shrouding, right? So it's just like those sort of things just look like they weren't comfortable with their own heroes and with the matchup they were faced up against. And I think that's where a large part of just the letdown.
And this Phoenix in first this time around. Such a hotly, no pun intended, contested pick. You know, but first pick there.
I think it's worth it now because you're seeing if it's not going to be picked by you, like you're not going to be able to get it second, right? If it's shown that they're going to be taking it early on if they can get the chance to, and they're even running it on Cinderin now. And clearly it's also would be banned out in the second phase. It's just proven to be so incredibly strong at controlling the map, and then it's no longer a liability in the laning stage either. It's actually a huge benefit where you can harass other times the safe lane hero.
So one of the questionable things is that Mirana is not banned in the first 3 this time around, which makes the Phoenix a lesser pick. One of the bad things about that last game was that Terrorblade was the best hero to deal with the egg, but if you think about it, that's still a lot of damage that you're losing in the team fight even if you're killing the egg. The fact that your primary carry has to focus this down. The reason Mirana is so good at being able to deal with the egg is not just the skill set, but she's also more of a 2 or 3 position. So that basically the right clicks that you're missing out on that's going into the Supernova rather than in on other heroes, you don't miss that as much. Whereas with a Terrorblade, you're missing that damage, right? You're just like, oh god, I wish this Terrorblade would blow up this Necrophos when I got him stunned or something. But no, he has to deal with the egg. So
get the CM and attack speed aura. That's the way to do it. Get that talent up there.
So now they've got 2 heroes to be able to very adeptly deal with the egg. They do have the Phoenix tree combination that is still left out there in the pool, which would really help cover the Phoenix. They also have the Undying, which it doesn't really protect the egg at all, but it offers multiple like things you have to deal with in a team fight. You're going to have both the egg and the tombstone.
So yep. And there it is. So.
I personally don't agree with it, but I would rather have the tree. But seeing, you know, again, it has to fit into your own team's lineup, and J.Storm, they look very, it's just March's playstyle, right? March understands how to be able to play effectively in dying, as dumb as that sounds. He's like the more aggressive team fight version of Pylai Dai. Pylai Dai knows how to make these sacrificial deaths around the map to force heroes to move, while March knows how to die to win a team fight.
He was literally walking in up there, going to high ground. I heard him yelling out, I'm going to die here. I'm going to die here. It's like, that's the plan. This is a plan.
There's no plan B. Is literally the best hero for it. You die, you get a tombstone. Like, oh, God bless.
But this is like you said, it's just sort of this area that's going to be controlled by the the tombstone and the egg. It's like a miasma of terribleness, and you just sort of throw a bunch of spells into it on top of that. So if you want to try and go for some type of a Roche play or something, you're going to be able to get it. So now I'd like to see some more of those objective type of takers. Terrorblade is going to be banned out. They didn't decide to go for it in the first phase, which I like a lot.
You ever think they'll get rid of that level 15 talent? The tombstone upon death?
I think it's possible that they make it a level 20 talent.
Yeah, but bump it up a little bit.
Yeah. I think that level 20 is really hard for supports to get. It's like level 10 to level 15.
It certainly is at the moment.
Those are okay, but
brown boots at 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm loving
exactly.
Having a great time.
Like level 15 is attainable and almost too attainable for Undying. So maybe they give him. They take one of the level 20 talents. Maybe they make the tombstone hits rather. Make that a level 15, so you can only have 1 tombstone, but it's stronger. Okay. There is so Silencer is still in the pool, and we haven't seen that hero a ton. You would have a Silencer Ogre duo, which I'm not a big fan of, but it's sort of lane dominators, and you'd give you this big team fight hero that works really well against Phoenix and Undying.
I was going to say shuts the Phoenix down.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's like you either prevent the enemy team from casting abilities to protect the egg, or sometimes you prevent the egg entirely. There is still Centaur out there in the pool that works well against both these heroes just because you can get out of that area.
There it is. You've had a good run today, Cap. I'll tell you that.
He heard you talking mess, man.
It's best of 3s. I did my research on those crazy best of 1s, and I'm feeling better about my calls. That's what it is.
So
or I'm super lucky.
That's a possibility too.
Lady Luck. Thank you.
It's the right city for it.
So the thing that I kind of want to see here too is next going to be like some way to keep them in this area. So I like the idea of an Earthshaker maybe. Throw that guy out there. You could bump it up to a core roll if you need to. They've already banned out the Timber Saw, which is just more of that damage out there. It sort of feels like they could still go back also for the Tiny. Oh, the Axe. It's sort of the other type of hero to make it work.
Sure. I was thinking like Kunkka, but the general thread is like just make sure you have catch. Make sure those heroes don't run away from you. So the Axe with his taunt is always really nice to have to keep heroes locked in.
I always feel like when you have an Axe, though, you need some other way to start the fight first. Like, Axe can be a really great, like, first initiation, you blow up everybody, but those calls don't come around a lot, particularly when it's Proto. Everybody knows to spread out when Axe is nearby, but if you can create some chaos, like we've seen a lot of Ember Axe being a combination, if they want to take that towards the end, something that can sort of be in there and make stuff happen first, and then he comes in and cleans up. Yeah,
and you do like Ember versus Mirana, and it's just another disable that keeps heroes locked in when you do go for that Supernova egg. Let's see, so we had Weaver, Phantom Lancer, and Terrorblade as the big, carries that have been banned out. Timbersaw is just sort of a normal J.Storm ban. I mean, that's a saving mechanism against Phoenix Egg Explosion as well as the Axe.
Yeah. And again, a personal favorite of mine. Big fan of Tusk. I love him thematically.
Is it because of the Walrus Punch?
Yeah, and that taunt they added in the last...
ding, ding.
Ding, ding, fight me. Yeah. I love it, man. It's brilliant.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, he's like my spirit animal, you know what I mean? Like,
I'd be disappointed if it wasn't that one that you were in love with, honestly.
We've got the same physical build, the same BMI, the same beard. Yeah, I could cosplay as a Tusk, I reckon, and get away with it. So, yeah.
Except for his BMI is meant for the cold weather, Richard. What's your excuse?
Well, it doesn't work now that I'm out in the desert. I'm gonna go and get some lipo or something, bro.
Just covered in fur too. Yeah. That's the other bit of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you saw me with my shirt off yesterday, I guess. Then. But yeah, big fans. Glad Tusk has come to play.
So yeah, I think this is kind of scary again though, because like the other thing that's a little bit spooky about Tusk, when you pick it, you got the snowball grouping everybody all together. They are going to go for the Ember here. I feel like that sort of sets up again for going into the area where J.Storm want to fight. If you are going for a snowball save, it might not be a save. It might just be both of you dying.
Yeah, you're going to be grouped up for Decays, Ember Spirit, Remnant Bursts, and maybe even the Axe follow-up, or just Phoenix hitting like good AoE spells on top of it. It's not like... It definitely doesn't solve the game for you. If they didn't have 3 melee heroes, I would have suggested, I don't know, you don't want to play Void against Axe, but I just want like some sort of big team fighting carry, right? You still want something that scales out.
Yeah, and
Morphling is out there, but you're going to be really pressured by the first 3 picks very heavily.
I mean, this is the same way that I think J.Storm has played a lot of their other matches, which is just Axe cuts, you just run at people, you get the pressure on early. As far as what they really need, it's still fairly open, but I mean, in the past too, they have sometimes taken that Ember Spirit off to the safe lane and then switch it up, and you can take another mid here if you wanted to for J.Storm.
Similar to last game where Happy Guys line up with an Ember Spirit and such, doesn't have any real building hitters. J.Storm is in a similar situation. That has obviously not been a key component to most drafts in this meta, but I think it's still something to be concerned about, because we saw the way that Happy Guys, even though they're dominating that game, they didn't take the first Roshan. They struggled to be able to go high ground, even when they got the pretty much a free tier 3 off of, I would say, some selected pickoffs. They still struggled to be able to end the game, right? And large part of that is you just don't have a good high ground hitter.
I want to see an Invoker. That'd be the real switch up.
I keep thinking about Invoker for Happy Guys.
There's another one of the picks, the Morphlings out there. It's 3 you've got this grand cap.
All right. You've got, let's see, what can you turn into? Ogre, give yourself Bloodlust, and Mirana Leaf is always really good.
Even like throwing out the sigil is pretty nifty. That's kind of cool.
Sure.
Jimmy looks happy about it. Look at this guy.
I was just going to say, actually, you know, we were talking about how much of a role he was going to play. He seemed to be, him and Moo were really vocal during this draft, so.
It's all about laying off that levity.
What, TA, Storm, Invoker, Zeus. I don't feel great about any of these heroes that I'm really listing. I mean, this is a classic counter to Morphling, and it matches up well against the Axe.
Yeah, but
right, because you have this really good imprisonment.
Is it good enough?
Okay, I keep on seeing the occasional OD pop up, and I haven't watched any of the games that it's actually been picked. I just see it in these drafts. I'm looking at these drafts, and I see an OD, and I'm just like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Here is this. What's happening?
I think that is the correct reaction.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't feel good about any of the traditional carries, so I honestly feel better about OD than anything else.
So who won the draft then, guys? I mean,
I think it's still J.Storm. The OD is kind of crazy. You saw that look on Synder's face. He sort of did that, and then he picked OD, and I'm like, you know, that sort of feels like it's back up against the wall a little bit, right? That
did maybe someone call for it, like Synderen wasn't feeling it, but maybe one of his teammates did?
I mean, it's hard to hypothetically figure out what it could be.
It's just like Tomato saying, like, I can win this game.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Could be.
I mean, Tomato's had a great tournament so far.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely. And you should definitely put your trust in this guy, because I would say Illidan has done a good job for some of their carries, but almost every single game, Tomato's been just nailing it.
Yeah.
All right, well, guys, we're going to find out if it's going to backfire. So just some final thoughts. I mean, you're still going with J.Storm. So
yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right.
Still going with J.Storm.
Well, look, let's get into the action now. We'll bring you back to Moxie and Breaking CPK. Take it away, guys.
I love that. The very hesitant going with J.Storm. But obviously, you know, J.Storm's down 1-0 right now. Happy guys continuing that momentum. 3-0 yesterday, starting off today 1-0. Who would have thought, but looking very good in the process. I'm Breaking CPK, joined by Moxie once again. Moxie, that OD final pick, though, that's a different one.
I like it. I like it a lot. I think, you know, you've got an Axe, so if Axe comes in with the call, you just have Illidan sit a little bit far back, throw out that Astral Imprisonment, get some nice saves here. Also, it's really, really good against the Morphling. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. You know what, boys over on the desk? I'm gonna let you two break it. You want to change your mind and get on the happy guys train? I'll be forgiving. You can come join our party.
Honestly, I think I'm on the train. I'm really. It's been a hype watching these guys casting them as well, and just kind of the fun you can tell they're having now. Again, anything could definitely happen. Ultimately, as a caster to spectator, it'd be nice to see 3 games, of course, but. I do think there is, as you're getting at, Moxie, there is value in the OD pick, as odd and different of a hero it is. First off, I believe Illidan definitely has history playing it, of course. It's been around for so long. But yeah, the save against the Axe, just the matchup against Ember Spirit and the Morphling, as Capitalist was pointing out, it does make sense. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that works out here, and the genius of Synderen once again coming out with the draft, and they can all pull it together. Also, they were mentioning Tomato, though, and you even called this Tomato playing the Mirana.
Oh, yes. He played this the other day, and he just absolutely won his lane so hard. Became a huge menace, and then he finished up in the bottom lane, made his way back up to the top, and just started taking towers with the rest of his team. Trying to remember what the other part of that draft was.
Couldn't help you there.
Yeah, I have all of the.
If only there's a website that could tell us.
Well, I have all the drafts listed somewhere here. Let me double check.
Get that figured out in the process. But yeah, now excited to see how that matchup works out. But for now, you see at the top lane, it's going to be that Tusk and the Centaur going up against Undying and Morphling. I gotta say, you know, I definitely, you know, you get to hear the players kind of talking in between the games and during the break time there, and it really didn't seem like that Synderen and Happy Guys were all that concerned about the Undying. And obviously, in the first game, it didn't necessarily do the greatest for J.Storm overall, coming out on the losing end, of course. But they let them draft it again, is the point. You know, they weren't scared of it clearly. And they let them pick it up on top of the Phoenix this time as their opener, but apparently a sound issue.
Yeah, well, we were looking at, I went back and I looked at the draft, and I think what they had going on in that lane is actually they had Boogie actually playing the Brewmaster during that, I believe, and they were just like running at them nonstop. Those lanes, it was the last pick Alchemist.
Oh, that was the Alchemist game. That was against Alliance.
And they just ran rampant. I think, yeah, Tomato ended that game 20-0 and 12. Like, he was just on fire.
Yeah, no, I've done that before too, totally.
Yeah, right? Every day in our pubs.
Yeah, that's totally something, you know. He's only competing for $100,000.
Yeah, I know, right?
Nothing serious there.
Well, I heard Cap is going to win the next TI.
Yeah,
so
well,
you
we all are, right?
team, right?
Hey, I've already vouched for myself and made a point that I'm down to join those guys. So, TI 9, I thought it was all of us, actually. You know,
are we?
The 5 talent right here. So, all right, it looks like we are getting back into the game, though, as it does hit the resume. So let the battle hunger spam begin, though, from Forever at the bottom lane. You see the top lane, meanwhile. Aframoosh taking some harass from Morphling. So the usual early harassment on both sides of the map, especially from Axe, though. This is one of those annoying things that, you know, Axe can cut those creep waves, and it's like, well, damn it, what do I do now?
I mean, the nice thing, too, you got to keep in mind here is that Tomato is playing a ranged hero, so it does have a little bit of an easier time in dealing with it. But, you know, he's just going to do Axe stuff. He's going to drag these creeps over, give himself a nice area to kind of farm out.
Yeah, but get in that jungle there a little bit, too. I like that efficiency from Forev happening in the process. Milan nearby trying to figure out if he should go help maybe or do a pull of sorts, but either way, still plenty of time before those bounty runes, of course, to come. As middle lane matchup right now, it's 6-5 Ember versus a 5-3 OD. So both sides are actually getting some decent denies in even at that middle lane matchup. It's going to be curious to see how that picks up. I feel like, especially with OD, he's kind of one of those heroes that as the levels start adding up, you can expect more success out of him.
Yeah, definitely. Bryle kind of having some trouble. I do like this early pickup here with the Arcane Orb. Going to try to harass using that on Bryle.
Ooh, that's going to be a first blood, top lane. Aframoosh picking it up, getting credit, but they take out Undying. No suicide going to be committed by him this time around. He's going to go the old-fashioned way. Morphling has plenty of creeps, though, to farm in the process as it pushes in. That middle, you see Ember Spirit, he's put under with the OD there, throwing out that Astral Imprisonment as they go back to the lane.
Yeah, he actually managed to snag that regeneration rune earlier on, but immediately got canceled out by something here. What happened to Aframoosh? Just suicided out, I guess.
Did he do that? Okay, he's like, all right, we killed the Undying, now it's my turn.
I guess.
So go do this. That's always kind of interesting to me. I feel like there's teams that don't do that, but then there's other teams that like do it every game. Those position 4 players especially will make a point to do it. But either way, Bryle middle lane, he's in trouble. He doesn't have his remnants, of course, still not at that point, but he kills OD instead. And then he just walks away. Now Ogre Magi even TP said they need this turn kill, man. They're gonna get it looks like. But what a play by Bryle right there to be like, all right, you know what, I might be dead, but I mean, I'm taking the OD with me. Yeah,
he gets a little bit of experience off of that kill too, which I'm sure he's not too upset about, but obviously didn't want to really get taken down there at that particular time.
You see the bottom lane, that creep cutting continues though, Moxie. Again, this continued frustration, but it's more so Tamada, maybe not frustration, it's just like, all right, you're gonna have your creep kills, I'm gonna have my creep kills kind of deal, because you do see Murata also definitely up there on the CS. So he's doing a good job of hitting under the tower, which obviously an experienced core player like he is, that's not that surprising, I suppose.
No, this is burning him down pretty badly though down here for Ev. You know, he's got to be a little bit careful because right now the creeps, of course, you know, tanking the tower, but is causing some problems here for Tomato.
2-2 start. We had plenty of action in game 1 and already kicking it off here in game number 2. So fun to see. Centaur, let's talk about that. You know, the idea of getting that blink early on. He's going to go the Vanguard first, it looks like. Understandable there. Definitely a game where eventual Crimson Guard could come into play. Also Pipe's worthy, but wants to prioritize that blink as that was a kill on Tomato.
Yeah, what was Tomato? Was Tomato trying to go for a rune or something?
Well, the bounty rune wasn't there yet, so.
Yeah,
well,
no, it wasn't the bounty. I'm not sure what exactly happened there if he just ran into the axe, but he was already ticking down pretty low and was going to need some regen to be ferried out to him, so I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
Either way, good kill for Axe, of course, coming out. That bottom, and right now Forev is having a hell of a start. He's up to 2,500 net worth as I switch over to that myself, and he's got quite the lead, only 1,900 for Murata, who is next in line, but again, the point is Axe having the better time so far. Top lane, Morphling. His supports, he actually has 2 supports here with the Undying and the Phoenix. Definitely been trying to zone them out. 5-minute bounty runes coming out though, and this is where we can expect to see a little bit of action. Boogie, the stop as it spawns. He picks up the bounty rune and now marches in a horrible spot himself. He does have 4 stacks of decay. Only that 1 use so far. He throws on the 2, so he's like, all right, we gotta fight this. Moo joining the party as well. Aframoosh to snowball the backlines. He's gonna go the other direction, trying to distract him to the right instead, but he will be run down by Moo with some auto attacks and eventually killed off. So bounty rune for the Radiant, hero kill for the Dire.
Yeah, it was looking kind of interesting, right? So they dropped that tombstone during the fight, and it was almost, you know, trying to push them away. Going back in with that snowball, and and while that goes down, Bryle and Forev, they get another kill on Tomato. Why does Tomato keep going over there?
Well, to be fair, he almost killed Ember Spirit. That was definitely a bait play. So it's more so well played by Bryle in that sense, kind of keeping him occupied, and then Forev came over to finish the job. So yeah, Tomato getting a little too distracted, and that's back-to-back deaths on him now. Yeah, you know, Caster's Curse, I was just praising his Mirana, and now, you know, 2 deaths
Hyped it up too much there, Moxie, right?
I know. You know, they're trying to keep me humble, right?
Yeah, of course.
They're trying to keep the game interesting.
That's a Vanguard already, though, finish on Axe. That's an early Vanguard. He also with a double Stout Shot, I noticed, too. Oh, yeah, top lane.
Oh, gonna be able to go. Look at that taunt coming out, too, and it looks like Moo finds himself a boogie. They're going to go after anything else. They're still chasing over. They do have that Ignite and, of course, that Fire Blast. Cinderin trying to run his little Ogre booty away. Milan's a little bit hurt. Does have that Icarus Dive, but looks like he doesn't want to use it. And he's just having a good time over here.
Yeah, if Icarus dives in, I mean, that was definitely a chance of dying himself. So.
Absolutely.
Figuring it's not worth that trade, of course, but it continues to really be a try versus try lane up here. It's what it's adapted into. March holding his ground, 12 stacks of decay. Over to the side, though, Phoenix got baited a little bit too much, but there's that Icarus dive. Milan gets away for the time being. The tombstone put down. Moo running as well. They got to focus on tombstone. Good rip peel to keep them even more distracted. They take out Ogre. They kill Aframouche as well on the Tusk, and now Boogie. He's going to walk away at least, but that was just well played by J.Storm.
Yeah, last man standing up in that lane. My goodness. Well, it seems like Phoenix, he's been sticking around for a while, but was sitting very, very low. And they tried to get that jump over there.
Fought him. That's another kill. Forev just simply runs at him. Ogre did all he could already with the Fire Blast and the Ignite, but Forev didn't seem to care. That Vanguard, like I mentioned, a very early one at that. He allows it to just play so aggressive, but did he get too aggressive this time? It looks like it. Aframouche, the Ice Shards. He's going after Sinner, and he wants him dead first. A Cooling Blade spin or counter Helix even is not going to be enough to finish the job. That's a 3-kill streak stopper. Going the way of Cinder at least, so a little bit of a response.
Yeah, it feels like he was trying to maybe get close enough to get that Culling Blade off, but wasn't able to quite close that gap fast enough, not with the Tusk, you know, kiting him around like that.
Yeah. Even with that death, though, Axe, something tells me he's kind of fine. You know, he's going to get plenty of regen, of course, back to full life, full mana out of this, and we'll head back to the lane as soon as possible, but definitely working towards a very good timing blink, and I see Milan actually stacking those Dire Ancients in the meantime on that right side, so wouldn't be surprised if Axis want to take those and get towards that blink ASAP. Is he running after Ogre now?
Yeah, he's definitely running after Cinder, and he gets the taunt off, and there's a Culling Blade coming through.
It wasn't even necessary there, I don't believe. He just died right before anyways.
Got that animation up.
Save that mana. Tomato? Also still in a little bit of trouble again.
Yeah,
has a lead, has a couple of charges.
Almost had enough damage to take down Milan. Nice dodge, and back around. Dead Bird coming through here. Cinderin making his way back. Bottom wants to try to deal with his Axe problem. And Tusk trying to count, and we're also seeing the follow-up coming out here from OD. They use that Moonlight Shadow because Boogie also in trouble in that top lane, but they're hot on pursuit. We'll be able to land Fire Blast over here onto the Axe. There's going to be a couple of these Arcane Orbs coming out here for Rev. He's so tanky that there's going to be the Snowball going forward, followed up with the Ice Shards. He actually manages to get the taunt off over onto OD, and he's in a little bit of trouble here. Does have the Battle Hunger, but actually going to be able to just disengage at the end of the day, and everything calms down a little bit again.
I mean, that's a win for Axe for sure. That was 4 heroes running at him, and they don't even kill him in the end, and just gets away over to the top shrine, though. Tomato TP's in, finds Bryle. Bryle, he's the one playing passive, though. He's the one trying to run away. Of course, that shrine pop would have made it difficult to go for the kill. He does get out with the remnants, but now Moo comes in. He takes over the Murata, leaps in, using everything against her for herself. Auto attacks to try to finish the third leap, being used by Moo, but is he too committed now? Centaur Stomp hits. On top of the Starstorm, goes back to the Morphling form, a little bit lower in life, shifting over to that strength, though, finishes the job at least on Murata. Adaptive Strike on Aframouche. That will be the end of it. So well played by Moo.
Very nicely done. It was kind of fun to watch them leap around each other, right, as the matching Muranas.
Yeah, Murata's definitely a good hero for Morphling to take over. Obviously with that skill set. Anyone with that mobility in general, usually pretty good Moo. He's adapting back and forth as thinking about going for another play, but not going to find it there, although 10-minute battery runes, that's going to be a play. Boogie using the Stampede for this. Good dodge from Moo, though, initially. The Ice Shards being thrown out, but Boogie's in trouble now. The Searing Chains connects from the bottom side, and they finish the job right there. Moo with credit for the kill. That was, again, well played by J.Storm.
Definitely, definitely the dominating their streak. Feeling pretty good right now, but looks like we do have some action over here. The double damage over here onto Bryles, trying to just poke away over here at OD. We'll just get Astro moved back. Bottom lane, though. Oh, boy. It looks like Cinderin's going to get dunked again.
Yeah, another support joins the lane, and Ferev's like, thank you very much.
What's happening in this game, Berkey?
Take it. This is your case of an axe that that can get out of hand. I think it's the best way to put it. We saw it heal at the TIA finals, even middle lane. We also see potential action once again, but wrap around from Phoenix. The double damage still active, remember. He wants to go in. However, the snowball making it tough, as well as the astral imprisonment from OD. Bryles still wants something out of this, man. They're going to kill OD in the end as the rip comes out from March. Alpha she's in for this, though, but that's going to be a supernova active as a result. Can maybe Tomato finish it?
It's looking good.
Yes,
it looks like he's going to be able to take him down. They have that Moonlight Shadow, so Aftermoo's going to be able to walk himself out. They did not have the detection. The leap comes forward. They get the arrow off over onto Bryles. And Tomato gets himself a double kill. And they're still not done yet. Looks like March wants to chase after Aftermoosh here. Actually drops that tombstone. He's trying to body block a little bit, juke himself over into the trees. He's actually still alive. How is he still alive? Will finally get taken down. They'll take down that tombstone. And there's going to be the jump coming out here from Bradley back. Again, they're going to try to save him, throwing into that astral imprisonment. And it looks like, can they get this kill? It's going to be pretty big if they can get it over onto Bryles right now. Tomato actually still alive. Bryles will get taken down. Tomato breaking those ankles. 88 hit points here.
That was crazy, man. Just to get away, lift it back in, even to go for the kill of a lot. Living life on the edge right there. And in the taunt on top, as you mentioned. Oh, that was just so beautiful from Tomato especially, but obviously great support from Illidan. And at the last second with, I believe that was Tuscan or somebody else, Ogre, actually it was. But either way, hell of a turn there. It's still a 2,000 net worth lead overall for the Dire side. And again, Ferev will be an issue. In fact, that Blink Dagger is coming up in a matter of less than a minute at this point. And we're going to see, you know, what kind of impact that'll have. Of course, this goes back to OD, though. He does, as long as he's nearby with the Astral Imprisonment to ideally save. And plenty of lockdown also on the Radiant team. So it's not guaranteed kills by any means, but Axe definitely a snowballish kind of offlane hero.
It's kind of interesting, right? Because they're pretty low. Oh, Courier going through here. They're kind of light on this whole lockdown, right? You've got the Undying, who, you know, is very, very strong early on. You've got the Phoenix, right? This gives you great team fight. But like, if they're able to run away from these fights, definitely becomes an issue for them. Yeah,
I think that's something we were talking amongst ourselves about with the draft earlier on. How, yeah, the lack of that crowd control. I mean, Axe in that third pick, it's like, okay, that's a BKB Piercer even, but, you know, it's not necessarily that true stun. And they didn't really finish it off with getting that heavy CC. So that will be something. In fact, we're kind of seeing that right here. Ogre just simply walking. There's the Berserker's Call, but the snowball comes out. Yet another save. And OG's even porting it as well. The turn is real in favor of Happy Guys. It looks like Fred does it a kill in the process, but he is getting low himself. More than likely going to go down as well. The Tombstone, I got to say, is doing plenty of work, but as expected in the long run, Happy Guys wins the exchange. A 3-for-1 in their favor. Good initial save from Aframish.
That was actually so, like, really, really nice rotations coming out here, having that OD jump down, especially having, you know, that snowball, too, was just so clutch, right?
Yeah.
And they got a big chunk of gold off of their kill over on the Axe, right? He got 614 gold for Boogie. Feels good, man.
Moo did go the casual Morbid Mask. We see a lot of these Morphing players do this, just if anything, to help sustain and nice added damage value early on, but going to be building into a Dragon Lance, it looks like. So no shotgun build. I feel like the whole shotgun build, we're seeing a lot less on these Morphlings. By the way, nice arrow and a Bryles over here, but oh, where did Boogie die? Did I do neutral? I'm guessing. What? I don't know if that was
He's
on
just been sitting really low, actually, in a lot of these neutral camps. So it's making me nervous because the Axe generally is sitting nearby, and he would just love to go in there and get a dunk off. But
well, he takes care of it for him, I guess. Just kind of commits suicide right there. That double edge perhaps coming into play. Always a little bit risky sometimes to use that. Either way, he's dead just for about 10 more seconds. We're going to be coming back up, but J.Storm almost like they're smoked up, but they're not. They're just kind of running through the Radiant jungle. As you see at the bottom lane, they want Illidan dead, so Ferev does as well. Does he have a blink in maybe to catch him? Illidan's simply just going to TP out and survive. The scan is too late. He actually gets away. That's huge. I don't know if that's Ferev just going in too early or what, but either way, the fact that he gets away there is pretty big for Happy Guys.
Yeah, and I mean, they see that everybody is basically in this bottom lane, so we're seeing some movement going towards the top, trying to take this Dire tower. You do see that Tomato standing nearby. Famoose just trying to put a little pressure down. But if they go to this tier 2, I think they have to defend, don't they?
Yeah, this early on, well, it's either defend or, push and eject yourself. Make sure you get at least something out of it, of course.
Yeah.
And they're putting pressure on that tier 1 top, but most certainly at this rate, they're not going to win this race, so I would think that they're going to defend. You do have OD ready to go. It's a level 1 Sanity's Eclipse, but still, that is nearby and ready to engage. Ogre Magi, Cinderin, going to TP in. Rev cutting that creep wave, though, making it difficult. Bloodlust applied. Here we go.
Oh, nice.
Ogre.
Yeah, this multicast coming out here. Cinderin in for a little bit of trouble here, and it looks like Rev, he jumped forward just a little bit too much there. The Sanity's Eclipse getting dropped in. Tomato jumping in. They just want to take down this tombstone as fast as possible here. Now Moose in for a little bit of trouble trying to just swim himself away, but they're hot on the pursuit. They're looking. There's the snowball coming through. He's going to grab that Marana right in there, throw a little hug out for this Mr. Ocean Man, and take him out.
Yeah, he takes over the Ogre match. I don't know if that was a case of just simply taking what he could get, and not that it's a bad one, but either way, just the overcommitment clearly from J.Storm. Axe cutting the creep wave, understandable, but yeah, beautiful setup from Happy Guys. And as you were even questioning, Mox, were they going to defend it or not? I think obviously we got our answer right there.
We did. They definitely did defend. They're actually dead even right now if you look at the team net worth after that fight.
Very close, yeah.
Yeah.
It's climbing back. Favoring Happy Guys, really, because they were down by about 3K, I want to say.
Yeah, they made a big jump.
Earlier on.
For sure, after that fight, that helped out a lot.
And a lot of that is the Axe. From his success in that laning phase, he has died a couple of times since coming out of it and picking up that Blink Dagger. So the Blade Mail is just about finished at least, but still, that impact that he was hoping for, getting that Blink Dagger and having that snowball effect that we've seen so many Axes do, especially from that off lane, isn't necessarily getting that, unfortunately, for the sake of J.Storm. But the Blade Mail will help us certainly. Ember Spirit we really haven't talked too much about, by the way. He does have the bots finished, and he's right now got the Blade Mail queued up as well. So it's proven to be a popular item on the dire side.
Yeah, he actually just picked up those boots of travel too. He's actually not in the top 4 for net worth by any means. Actually trailing a little bit behind the OD by about 1,000 gold here. But, he's taking a little time to come online. He's got those bots up and running, so he's going to be able to do some split pushing himself.
You see on the screen, they're smoked up at the top lane. They want to go for Moo. At the bottom lane, an engagement happening, though. He's Stampede activated. Axe already dropping it below half life. They can't finish the job, however. Cinderin going to be called in, and very likely Colding Blade to come, as there's the slam dunk. So, yeah, at the top lane, there was a bit of a wraparound happening. They were trying to go for a jump on a Moo, but didn't come out as planned. However, repair might not be done just yet. Spookie's walking away with those Moonlight
Shadows. They can cancel this TP. Yep. They can take Forever out. Nice, nice. Top lane now. Looks like Afromoo's trying to run himself away from Moo. Actually manages to slow him down. He's got that Urna. Can he get the regen? He gets the regen just in the nick of time.
No
He's
way.
still alive. How is this possible? Moo trying to run himself out, but this Tomato, he wants it so bad. Can he get in there fast enough? He's so stunned up. He's not going to be able to do it. He'll be able to TP himself out. In comes Phoenix. Milan. They have no way to cancel out this TP. Tomato is out, and in comes the Cavalry. We're going to see the OD jump through. Afromoosh finally burning down to death. They actually don't end up getting that kill. I'm not sure exactly what the plan was there. Big multicast coming out here from Cinder. It was only a 2 times though. Tried to run himself out. He's got every single zombie in the world on his booty, and he's gonna get taken down.
When a tombstone lasts long enough to just simply fall down because it's been up for that long, that's when you know that's gonna go well for, in that case, J.Storm right there. And that's exactly what happened. But oh my gosh, the fact that Morphling survived in that play. Bryle, by the way, he's dead. Yeah, he runs into Illidan, and we just see that damage that he can pump out with those arcane orbs especially. So the struggles kind of continue for Ember Spirit at least, but man, Morphling surviving, huge news for J.Storm. Managed to somehow get away, but how about this? Tomato has taken over as top farm in the game, by the way. I suppose a Maelstrom on top of that Dragon Lance most certainly help, and he's looking to go right into that Mjolnir. He's not going to slow things down necessarily. He wants to, in fact, keep speeding them up, of course, with a full Mjolnir here.
Yeah, I mean, he was having a very rough laning phase trying to deal with Forever over on that Axe, and he's just, he's found these opportunities, he's created them for himself, and he's also been able to just, pop off, do a little bit of farming, mirror some of these plays, but
Call misses. Went for it on Ogre Magi. I thought he had another free kill, but nope, Cinderin. Believe it or not, the Ogre Magi was a little too fast. Not often coming out from that hero.
Yeah, right?
Able to react in time. By the way, we also saw the Spirit Vessel come into play. That's how Moo almost died initially, running into Tusk. Now, again, it's not a guaranteed Spirit Vessel having that morph to be able to purge it off, but still, especially if he's already used that, definitely a lot of value you could get out of it. Ogre Magi eventually gets picked off. I suppose that's 20-minute bounty runes were a little too tempting for Cinderin to try to grab there. But point being, Spirit Vessel, good item to have against Morphling.
Yeah, also, they tried to do like a gank over here into the woods because they do have like a nice ward placed over here in the dire jungle, but these two wards so value. They had a sentry, they had an observer. They saw them making their way under the cover of Moonlight Shadow into the jungle, and Moo was able to dodge it. So hats off to the supports for those wards because I believe that saved Moo's life.
Roshan. They're going to go for it. They have a decent Roshan team, if anything, you know, with the Tombstone presence, the Supernova when it comes to team fight. Also, a double damage on Morphling, I suppose, helps, which they're going to make use of here. Has a fair amount of agility that he's morphed into, of course.
They know that they're nearby, though. They had those wards over there on the high ground, followed up. Oh, the bash coming through. Boogie jumps right and immediately has his eyes over here on Moon. Nice egg coming through. They just can't find the opening to get in there. They're actually going to lose Boogie during all of this. Egg's going to pop. They'll go right back. They don't have a really easy way to get into this pit. Sunray comes out. They drop the hammer. Moose sitting so very, very low. The snowball's going to come through. Walrus Punch comes out, too. But Afromush, he just doesn't have enough damage. Will be able to take the Roshan. Afromush going to be able to snatch up that Aegis. No Aegis coming out from the Dire here. Now the fight is totally split up. Still looking in this pit. Tomato, he wants to go in for this kill. He's not going to find it. He gets the call off coming out from Forev, and then there's going to be the arrow thrown out, not going to connect. Tomato running for his life now is going to tick down to this Battle Hunger. They don't have the shrine up. He's trying really hard to see if he can get it, but it's just going to be a triple kill for Forev.
What a fight for J.Storm. I got to say, though, that was Happy Guys just seemed way too desperate there from Boogie's initial jump in to, yeah, I mean, Tusk snatching the Aegis was great, of course, but they never could really come together. They were fighting into that Supernova, the Tombstone, Axe distracting in the backlands with the call, clearly played issue. And Moo once again, you know, when they drafted that hero, I even brought it up with you, Moxie, off camera, that I don't know how much Moo has been playing Morphling lately. It doesn't really feel like his kind of hero, but maybe I overlooked something because he is doing a fantastic job with the shifts especially. And keeping himself alive, and that was another example of it in the previous fight. So even though they lost the Aegis, that's still by all means a huge win for J.Storm there.
I think we still got to give a lot of credit going out here to this Phoenix, though, too. Milan, just that perfect positioning of that egg. They could not get over the wall to the Roshan pit to get in there fast enough. Yeah. So Boogie made that leap in. Milan immediately followed up with the egg, and there was no one in there to hit it. And they just had to back themselves out and watch him die.
We got Ember Spirit now. As far as pushing out the middle lane, he has that Blade Mill finish, as we talked about earlier. The Maelstrom going to be coming along as well, next in line. But yeah, the Blade Mill value, most certainly pretty effective here. We already mentioned the Axe having it on top of that. As they're heading towards the top lane, by the way, they're smoked up. They're looking to pick another fight here, Moxie.
Oh yeah, they're looking for sure. They'll go ahead, they'll use that Centaur ulti just to get out. Yeah, absolutely. Although they have their eyes over here on Moo, I think they can take them down. Big multicast coming out. Look at this OD just wailing away. Will be able to wave for himself out, and there's going to be the TP boots coming out from Ember. Not going to be able to quite go there, but they find themselves a Tusk over here in the corner. 4 heroes keeping an eye out, and will be able to go try to roll their way after Burial. Arrow's going to get thrown out. It's going to connect over onto March, but it's not going to be enough to save the Tusk, unfortunately.
All right, good kill on a Tusk right there. Of course, Roshan still a long time before that's going to be up, so can't really transition into such objective. But either way, we'll go more the objective and trying to find more hero kills, of course. Centaur has that blink. Going to get some high ground vision here for the team. Not looking to initiate, though, as they are still fairly spread out for the time being. BKB being worked on by Verana, meanwhile, as down here, jump is in. Ogre Magi gonna just run up north. He's like, all right, you have me, just kill me, please, and nobody else. Although Illidan, that's the target they definitely want. They're gonna run after him. The Astral Imprisonment puts himself under, trying to delay what seems to be the inevitable, though, unless there's some kind of crazy, he doesn't even have a blink there. He went the Hurricane Pike first. He's not getting out. Nice find on OD right there.
They're still chasing after Cinderin over here, too. Multicast gets used over here onto Forev. Tomato standing nearby. We'll be able to provide some support. There's a jump forward coming out from Boogie, but there's a lot more coming in here. Nice shards getting thrown out. He's got that Blade Mail. Marana does not want to hit him. Does get taunted up here, though, and it looks like now they're going to be able to get the egg off, but they take down the Axe as the rest of them run right back into the base. Oh, look at Brile. He's really hungry for it. He's not going to be able to find that opening, though. He's going to get chained up. Sorry, not chained up. He's going to get held in place. We'll lose Cinderin, though, at the hell is said and done. And the Sunray trying to keep her alive. It's still going to tick down a little bit to that Spirit's Vessel. Is he going to be able to make it out? He's still ticking down here. Breaking, I don't know, still has that battle charge, tries to slide himself through. It looks like he's just barely going to make it out. There's going to be the urn coming through. Moo, everybody's just buying back. They don't want to allow them into this base right now.
Oh, they're not done, though. Happy Guys, they want to get kills out of this, especially knocking the Ember Spirit kill. They might have found Moo, the arrow connects. He went for the TP play. The random arrow from Tomato hits, though, and secures the kill. So they absolutely get a big kill in the end. as far as the holds goes. And it was a Mirana and an Ogre buyback for that, of course, but they definitely needed something to make up for that, and they get it with that kill onto the Morphling. I still can't believe Ember Spirit survived, by the way. I was reacting to that. Yeah, I thought that Spirit Vessel most certainly was going to be his end, but good job from the supports and everything to make sure that he stayed alive. But Morphling dying for the second time himself. But having the Manta style bottom lane, that's going to be a catch on OD, though. As Forev continues to find heroes that he's looking for. Using that Blink Dagger to get in. He's 11, 4, and 7 right now. He also has the bots, by the way, so he has that extra mobility to work with, and that's perhaps what caught OD off guard there, if anything. Not expecting to be so close. Yeah, he's going to be able to find some openings very, very easily and join the rest of the team, especially when you consider that Brio, has been around the entire time. I still can't believe that Brio made it out of that. Oh, he was just very, very good at using those bottle charges during the entire time and making sure that, he was just standing nearby with the Phoenix. Phoenix had an earn charge ready for him as soon as he could. So hats off. Hats off to Milan. He's playing really nicely on this Phoenix, too. Centaur, we got that blink earlier, the Hood of Defiance, but this is what I was talking about earlier, the idea of what he was going to progress into, maybe more of those aura heavy, perhaps the eventual Crimson Guard or the Pipe, but not really looking to get either right now. Instead, he's going to go the Lotus Orb, which is a good item to have, but he's not going to be that kind of aura builder for the team, at least so far. I suppose his net worth isn't really the greatest, to be fair. He's only at 6,600 net worth. He is way down there, and when you compare the 3 cores of the Dire, obviously, to the Radiant, I mean, hell, top 3 net worth in the game all belongs, sure enough, to J.Storm right now. So, no doubt momentum completely in their favor. 10,000 net worth lead, and it's going to get a little bit better here as Ogre Magi gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Evaporated. Not sure what he was doing so far forward by himself there. That felt a little bit silly, right? Yeah, well, he don't have great vision either. He was in the trees. He's like, the lane was there. He figured he didn't see anyone. Might as well try to push it, so... It's one of those deaths that he kind of just accepts happens, but yeah, it's still not good to have. No, that's for sure. Gem is picked up, by the way, in Ember Spear, which it was purchased by J.Storm, it looks like. Looks like March actually got it for the team. So that's another reason why this game's going to continue to be difficult right now for the Radiant. So the Moonlight Shadow's not as much value anymore, as long as Ember Spirit's nearby. I feel like these big smokes are just trying to find each other, trying to get that pick off so they can take their next objective here. But they've been so far not very successful, although we still do have a little bit more of that smoke duration. And they saw that Brile was over here, so maybe hoping to get a jump on him. But I don't think they realized that everyone else in the team is standing up on that high ground. Well, they are now, and it's probably going to come to that, if anything. I mean, the Tier 2 tower is definitely dead. Something tells me J.Storm, though, get these Tier 2 towers, just simply wait for another Roshan. And as we saw last time, even though the Aegis technically got snatched, when it comes to their team fight and their abilities, such as the Tombstone, the Supernova, it is so difficult to fight into that if you're Happy Guys in this case. So I think J.Storm's going to be very confident, again, waiting for the next Roshan, which at least is another minute or so before that'll be happening. But it's definitely coming. And Morphling, meanwhile, finishing up what looks like to be a BKB as well. Boogie. Where was that? That was Boogie's in the bottom lane. They actually, I watched Brile actually TP boots himself out there. Back over here. Oh, we got some more imps coming through. March trying to run away, not going to be able to do so. You see Boogie activating that Stampede, leap away from Tomato as he got up on that cliff there, and they end up finishing Ember Spirit, who seem to be somewhat overcommitted. Moonlight Shadows activated. Ember Spirit, he's the one that had the gem, remember. So I'm guessing the Radiant side might have picked it up themselves. Yeah, it looks like Centaur has it now in his hand. So that's a pretty significant kill. Goes without saying in favor of Happy Guys. Taking the gem his way as well, and they're looking for more. If they find Moo especially, Moo realizes that he's in a dangerous spot. He's going to run to the north, and I think Happy Guys might have spotted him a little bit too late. Yeah, they don't have the blink over on Afromoose just yet, so they can't see him over in the tree line, so he's just going to be able to take it out. Easy peasy. Yeah, manages to escape right there. But yeah, Moo's build, like I said earlier, not going that whole shotgun build, instead just going more of a battle build, I guess you can call it. The Mantle, the BKB, that Dragonlance even. But it does definitely seem to be working out so far in this game. They don't need that burst. And I guess that kind of fits the theme of the lineup, right? Where they're about, you know what, the longer the fights take, it should be in our favor anyways. Yeah. So it makes a lot of sense there. Mirana gonna go full Manta style herself next. Does get a BKB first though. That's gonna be pretty huge in dealing with a lot of the magic damage coming out, and also like some of these stuns too, right? Got it. Not a lot of those coming out from the side of J.Storm here, but of course, you know, gotta watch out for the call, you gotta watch out for There's enough, and there is a fair amount of magic damage, I think is the biggest thing.
Yeah, the Phoenix too. Like the Phoenix, obviously Egg goes through BKB, but this does so much burn too, right?
OD, in fact, just finished his. In fact, on the other side, Ember Spirit, I believe. No, it wasn't Ember Spirit, it was Morphling got his, and Ember Spirit almost has his. So we're seeing that time into both teams where BKB, about this 30-minute mark, is making an appearance.
So is this, I feel like this is the moment where you're going to go, you grab a smoke, right? And you want to show that you've got those new BKBs. There's also a Roche up as well. So if they're keeping tabs on that, and they do have vision surrounding that pit.
Yeah, Happy Guys is not going to be the most ready to pick a fight right here, but they might have to. It kind of goes back to that. I mean, they're going to spot that Roshan's not being done, but bottom lane, they do catch OD. 70 seconds he's dead for. And you talk about J.Storm needing an opening to at least commit to the Roshan. I think they found it. With OD dead for 70 seconds, I mean, you don't even try to defend this if you're Happy Guys, I feel like.
You can't. I mean, maybe you get really lucky. Maybe Boogie can get a snatch off or something like that, but it's still... I don't know. You've got to watch out too. Like we talked about it before with this Ember Spirit in game number 1. He's just going to, move around and like start putting pressure on your towers as well. They do try to muscle their way through a little bit.
It's enough of a distraction. Yeah, I'm a little surprised it's actually working out as well as it is, because J.Storm with that one hero dead on top of the team fight presence, it seems like they could be a lot more committed to just doing this, frankly, but they're being a little timid. They're down 1-0 after all here in this $100,000 event, so there is that on the line, I suppose. They're being somewhat cautious. The sigil being placed by Tusk, kind of making things a little more difficult as well. And in 10 seconds, Odie's up, so we're actually at a point where they could try to defend now.
Yeah, absolutely. They're shooting outside the pit here. And they're already, there's going to be the, they're looking, they're trying to find.
They caught Ogre, so not the biggest kill. He is staying dead, though.
Ooh, Afromush almost gets taken down by Barial with that slight here. Sunray coming through. Boogie's going to try to go run forward, and there's the BKB coming out now from Barial as he tries to chase after the center. Has popped that Hooded Defiance, but I don't, oh, the blink coming up from Boogie. Can he get out in time? No, there's going to be the call, and there's the dunk.
Looked pretty, but yeah, wasn't really going to get away. And again, I go back to it. It feels like this should now be the opening, especially now with Centaur dead. He's their big initiation. On top of that, with Ogre still being there for the next 20 seconds. So yeah, the arrow's even going to help them out a little bit.
Yeah.
And finally, we are going to see J.Storm just kind of commit to this now, though. Again, being very safe about it. Ultimately, it works out anyway, so not the biggest deal really for them. And that's both a Aegis as well as a Cheese, of course. So now with this, I suppose they do have all the outer towers already taken out, so it's going to be the base next. You have a BKB just being delivered to Axe now.
Oh, that's pretty big.
On top of that, so yeah, all 3 cores having that BKB on the side of J.Storm at this point. This is their game to lose, it feels like. OD also, you look at his inventory, a BKB Hurricane Pike. It's not the most intimidating Moxie.
No, I feel like we haven't seen the full potential of this OD quite yet. I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like I'd like to see him, engaged in a little bit more of these fights, like sitting a bit far back. The problem is, right? You keep seeing that the Ember Spirit will go forward in a creep wave. He slides. He throws out the chains. Chains will land over onto the OD, and then they have the TP boots over here on this Axe. So Axe generally will be TPing down to that similar lane, and he's going to be able to get a call. And with all the damage coming out from Barial as well, they just are able to clean up this OD, or anyone for that matter. So the pickoff potential is just so strong coming out from the side of J.Storm right now.
Absolutely, their map control as well, looking very good because of the pace of the game right now. Oh yeah, and that's right, they probably got the gem back, huh? Because Centaur had it and then he died.
Yeah, I don't know who picked it up. It's not on the Phoenix.
I don't see it on anyone.
They drop it in the well, maybe?
I'm not sure. I'll try to look out for that. Yeah, maybe they dropped it in the fountain on one of the sides of the curve. I don't know. We'll find it eventually somewhere. The gem should be somewhere. But Undying, he's pushing up pretty far. Trying to take care of some vision himself, but good defensive vision being placed out by Happy Guys, and they're going to Moonlight Shadows for this, but the sentry comes down from March immediately.
As that would gave him the tip. Oh, look at them hiding in the trees. Look at this positioning, Breaky.
Yeah.
They're not going to go for it, though. They're not going to take this bait.
Again, it's so dangerous for Happy Guys. They understand that they're behind not only in net worth overall, but when it comes to these team fights and the abilities, they really need to make sure they have that free jump for a kill. If they don't get a pick off right away, the fight's going to be a disaster for them, it feels like. In March, Capitalist was talking about this on the panel with March, especially the way he plays Undying. He just knows, like, he could play so aggressive and just how that he could play this kind of sacrificial role anyways. especially being undying. He's kind of doing that here, as they're going to go for the bounty runes, and they actually run into Ogre Magi.
Man, I love, like Cinderin saw the Undying, and he got so excited he force-staffed himself forward. Like, I had a split second where I was like, wait, did he mean to do that? Or does someone else have, like, a force staff? But he actually, like, was trying to just get the jump here, didn't realize that he had a friend.
Yeah, I wanted that bounty rune as well. It's just always so tempting, man. Get those bounty runes, but I believe all 4 bounty runes end up being picked up by J.Storm. Yeah, Forev got both the bottom ones, so talk about even getting further ahead. Now 16,000 net worth. You have an Arcane Rune currently active on Ember Spirit, by the way, who's working on an Octarine Core as...
Oh, no, not again. That's a bait, though. They're going to be able to jump in. Boogie, he's got that jump. They've got the BKB up and running over here on the OD. He's got to be so careful, though. There's a BKB up and running over here on Bryle. He's trying to chase him down. He's not going to be able to get just enough damage just yet. Astral Imprisonment comes out. There's going to be another Remnant. And again, the BKB just about to go down. Blade Mail coming through, causing a problem. Now Aframoosh is also in trouble. These spins are real deal, and Forev will be able to get the kill.
OD just doesn't do any damage. It really is almost as simple as that, it feels like.
Yeah.
It's just not doing enough damage. He buys back if he has to. Tusk as well. March, he's going to die, but again, this goes back to he wants to die right there. He throws the Tombstone down as a result. It is going to be cut off pretty quickly. Forever in the backline. So here comes Ember Spirit following it up. The Astral Imprisonment going to keep himself alive a little bit longer on top of the snowball, but pure panic mode for Happy Guys as they're trying to run. Tomato, he buys back immediately as he evaporates right there, but the Supernova kind of zoning them away. Illidan for now is still up. Remember, that would be a dieback on him. Milan wants to finish it with the Spirit Vessel. Maybe the Sunray? No, the Astral Imprisonment comes in at the last second. The dive for Phoenix is real. They lose 4 heroes. So
look how much gold they just got for killing Bryle. They got 1146.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's so much gold.
All right, well, J.Storm maybe a little overambitious. They got somewhat distracted there. When you're diving essentially to the fountain when tier 3 towers are even still up, I think it's safe to say it probably shouldn't be doing that, but it's still a comfortable lead. Obviously, there's multiple buybacks used. I think J.Storm is definitely still in the driver's seat here, but keeping hope alive, you could say, for Happy Guys.
Yeah, definitely here.
Yeah,
like you said, it's a little bit too ambitious to be diving past all of those towers. And it definitely felt like the flight got, it got a bit split up the whole time, which is definitely not conducive to what they actually want to be doing with this draft coming out from J.Storm.
Well, we also saw the saves definitely kicking in too, again, between the Astral Imprisonment and the
Snowball. Yeah, that Delta split immediately after the Snowball, too. Did you see that? Very nice. Everybody went to a different direction.
Well, that's well played. And that Lotus Orb finally finished on Centaur. He was working on that for a while. So another tool to help, keep a set of heroes alive. But I think the problem is going to continue to be for Happy Guys, unfortunately. It's that their lack of damage will be shown here. But either way, of course, hanging in there and buy enough time, and eventually that damage will come, of course. But Centaur, he gets called himself as he was walking up the hill, hoping for an initiation. He's the one that gets jumped though. Now Boogie's in a horrible spot. Illidan pops a BKB at Half-Life, throws on the hammer. It does kill Undying, but that's almost a bad thing in some ways. Phoenix Spirit Vessel's on him. He cannot Supernova. 3 more seconds. The Sunrise spammed out, though. Milan has a Supernova now if he wants it. He's not even going to use it, though. Okay, he finally does. It really doesn't matter, though, as OD goes down. Coming out of the imprisonment. That's a dieback. 3 heroes dead with no buyback on the side of Happy Guys.
Did you see all those little zombies just waiting over there on the ground, just sitting in that imprisonment? Like, all right, we're ready for you any second now.
Yeah, and this feels like that death ball push now.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you've got 3 of these heroes. They don't have buyback. There's no buyback on the OD, no buyback on Tusk, and none on the Ogre. Ogre's timer is significantly shorter than the other 2, but still, I don't know how they really defend this.
Moxie, spoiler alert, they don't.
Yeah.
This is going to be an easy middle racks, and are they just going to try to finish, honestly? I feel like they almost could. Not that they need to be fair, but yeah, they're just going to go for the bottom again. They continue to play this kind of, let's just make sure we really win this game mentality. Again, they're down 1-0 after all in a best of 3, so that's completely understandable. But
play it safe, you're doing well. You know that you've got the lead here right now.
That's exactly what they're doing as they go to the bottom lane, cleaning up those racks. Obviously, you see the Radiant size. I mean, what are they waiting for, really? It's kind of tough. They can't really just jump in recklessly, especially with OD dead, but they kind of have to at the same time, and there we go. Boogie, he finds some kind of opportunity, gets a double hoof stomp, and now the Stampede as he tries to run away after the fact. It just felt like a lost cause from the beginning, and we're seeing that Moxie. We're going to be going to a game number 3, as that's another dieback onto Mirana. Okay, hasn't been called GG just yet. I might be getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, and I mean, it's it makes sense. Mirana did get sliced up by that blade mail pretty badly, and they don't have the buyback right now.
Something tells me they're talking it over right now. They're in that phase of let's kind of figure out where we're really went wrong.
Hurrah,
Get ready
right?
for
You
game
still got
3.
a Tusk alive here.
Yeah.
So those remnants, oh my gosh. Boogie gonna buy back.
Okay, they're
Go for it, why not?
We want to keep
not?
going here. There's always hope, damn it.
Game's not over till that ancient falls. There's a jump forward coming out from center. He gets roofed right into place here. OD trying to back himself up. These BKBs are just so screwing with this OD. He's not able to do much of anything. That snowball not going to be able to save them at all. And everyone's just getting murdered right now, Breaky. I think that is game. There is the call from Boogie.
Yeah, GG's going to be called there. Obviously, at that point, J.Storm wasn't very good control for really most of that game. And that was definitely a beatdown in a lot of ways. And I mean, the draft, a lot of people will look at the OD pick, right? And it's a hero that we do not see often for a reason. On paper, to be fair, the matchup made sense. The saves and everything were there. But the theme continued to be the lack of damage, I think is safe to say for Happy Guys.